What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We out here with another donation. This time we're checking out Civil War Tears from the North. I read the little wiki down here, and it was talking about, pretty much detailing, who the Vikings were, where they come from, what kind of led to their cultural beliefs, and also their downfall because they were split with no central leadership, and eventually they got took over by Christianity, right? Now, I am a little bit familiar with Vikings and their lore and everything. When the TV show Vikings came out, I was so entrapped into it. I don't think I've ever paid a lot of attention or had this much interest in the Vikings until that, and learned a whole lot. Even got some reactions to some Viking inspired music, like Peyton Parrish. You guys need to go check him out. He embodies the Viking spirit, right? Makes you feel it. Him and also Cole McGinnis. He does it as well. But anyways, we're listening to Civil War now. So let's go ahead, shut up and turn it up.
Now as the longboat disappeared behind the morning mist so clear, they were seeking a land. Could they understand that they never would return? They're out on the last crusading quest after better days to conquer it all. Viking funeral, live forevermore.
Okay, so this is coming off as a ballad. This is completely left-sided, right? Because almost every Viking song that I've heard has been blood-curdling rampage. You know what I mean? To kind of signify, kind of like the lives that Viking lived, like pilgrimage. Most of them were single-handed or dual-wielding axes and everything, right? They were a very vicious culture, right? But this one seems to be more on the sad side. Okay, here we go.
From the battle days, it's kill or be killed. Pagan minds to find the tears from the north.
Love the Scott's voice, man.
On the rivers in the east.
Ooh, the military marching cadence, right? I do know that the Vikings did have their drumming and everything, but I don't think they had it in the sense that we hear it right now. I like that little addition right there, right? Marching, because technically they kind of were soldiers. They didn't really have much order and everything, but I like that.
Louis came to unleash the beast. People tried to fight against the Swedish might, but they did not stand a chance. Out on the last crusading quest, after better days to conquer it all. Viking funeral, live forevermore. Fought on the barricades, days from the battle days, kill or be killed. Pagan minds, the heathens from the north.
Another interesting thing that I discovered about Vikings culture was their religion, right? Because they did believe that if they went into battle and they died courageously with a weapon in their arms, that they would go into Valhalla. And I happen to think that a lot of what they did, of course, obviously was inspired by their religion. Because if we think today, right, we would hesitate to rush to our deaths. You know what I mean? Because death is a scary thing. It's permanent and everything, today's society. But imagine, that's all you grew up on learning, right? Then there's no fear on the battlefield. And I think that's what made the Vikings such a terrible force on the battlefield, is that they literally had no fear or no outlook for protecting like their own lives, right? They were literally berserkers, which I believe berserker got coined from the Vikings. That is a scary thing. Right? Not many of us are going to see this, because, we aren't as vicious. Socially, verbally, we might be as vicious, but physically, we're not as vicious anymore. But looking at somebody who's willing to die, right? You guys are battling and they're willing to put their life on the line. That's going to unsettle you. I happen to think that the Mayans had somewhat of a similar battle tactic. But I think with them, they would start their battles with really like dominant chants and everything to kind of put the opposite team on edge. You know what I mean? And not only that, but the Mayans, they captured their enemies, right? They used blunt force weapons that were used, that was forged from volcanic glass, right? And you would rank up in the Mayans by depending on how many enemies that you would capture. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. I started this channel so I can learn some stuff. I didn't know anything about Mayans or maybe the Vikings, even the Vikings, before I started this channel. So I love that I can confidently speak to some of this. It may be a little bit inaccurate, but at least I'm not too far off. But anyways, enough about the Mayans. Yeah, their religion, that it is very, very scary. Very, very scary stuff. Sorry for that little tangent. Expansion. Before the rain. Ooh, I love those vocal inflections right there.
Out on the last crusading quest, after better days to conquer it all. Viking funeral, live forevermore. Fought on the barricades, tales from the battle days, his kill or be killed. Pagan minds, the heathens from the north. Out on the last crusading quest, after better days to conquer it all. Viking funeral, live forevermore. Take me home. I'll tell you, pagan minds to dry, the tears from the north.
Beautiful.
Now as the longboat disappeared behind the morning mist so clear,
This chord progression is interesting
they were
too.
seeking a land. Could they understand that they never would return again?
Yeah, this is actually amazing. It's definitely a different turn that I thought that it would take, but it was almost like a tribute. It was very beautiful. All right, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all thought about this down in the comments. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.